Hey friends, this is the Miss Volfie from our Half Acre Homestead. Today is Friday, November 20th, 2015. A lot of you who are on my Facebook, that's Beverly Volfie, Beverley, Volfie at Facebook, saw me in a rather stoned position today because I actually went into the hospital today to have a colonoscopy done, and I was really well medicated. They medicated me really well. They gave me they gave me a sedative, an anti-anxiety medication, and a pain medication. And the screen was like bigger than my monitor, so I got to watch the whole thing. And it was actually very interesting. But the good news is I have no colon issues. I'm really, really happy about that. It was quite the experience, and it was nowhere near as frightening as I thought it was going to be. As a matter of fact, the worst part of the whole thing was drinking the antifreeze stuff like goop that you had to clean yourself out beforehand. That was just... As a matter of fact, I'm turned off orange Jello for the rest of my life because I had to be on a clear fluid diet for all day yesterday, and I had to drink this gunk. And when I drank the gunk, I would pop orange Jello cubes to cut the taste because the chemical aftertaste was just absolutely horrendous. It was like what I would imagine drinking antifreeze would taste like. It was just... bleh. So anyway, so I have a lot to be grateful for today. I have a healthy colon. I did ask them if I could have a copy of the film for you guys, so you could get up close and personal with Mrs. Volfie, but they said no, I couldn't have that. So, and I'm pretty sure 99.909% of you are really relieved that I didn't get my hands on that film because I was still whooped up from the medication like until about 2 hours ago, and I probably would have uploaded it. Anyway, as I said, today's November 20th, and I'm going to be doing some craft videos coming up. However, now that the temperature, we've had some really mild weather this year so far, and the temperatures are just now getting low enough that we can start dispatching the two goats, Mary and Buddy, because they're small, and she's not a good dairy goat, and she's mean. She's just mean. We got the new dairy goat, and she just, poor Periwinkle goes to eat, and Minnie will go right at her and whack her with their head with the horns. I mean, she'll take a run and dive at her. So I think she's jealous because I think Ditto is paying too much attention to the new girl in the room. But anyway, and we didn't get a deer this year. So the goats are, going to replace what a deer would have been. We didn't get a deer not because, we didn't have any luck, but Papa was off for 2 weeks, and one of those weeks he had a badly broken molar removed. And it took him a week to recover from that, and we've just discovered why today. There were bits of bone or tooth down in the socket, and it didn't heal as fast as it should have because, he ended up pulling a piece of bone out today going, look at that, or a piece of tooth. To me, it felt like bone. It didn't feel like the porcelain feel that a tooth gives you. And so now he can finally heal, and the pain is bearable. He was in a lot of pain for many, many days, and we know why. So there's that. So tomorrow, Papa is going to be dispatching one of our pigs, and we're going to let it hang overnight. Then we're probably going to start cutting it up the next day on Sunday, and probably the following weekend we'll be doing that again. And maybe somewhere the goats will come in between. I don't know. But I'm going to try and fit in some holiday videos. along with some French holiday videos, like some French traditional baking and stuff like that. So that's going to be kind of cool. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to have some help with that with some traditional French Canadian friends of mine. And we should have a giggle. Now, you all know that half of you, there's a whole bunch of you out there that call me Mama. Hi, Mary. Hi, Lori. And I have some of those folks at home, too. I have Nat and I have Angie, and they call me Mama, and the kids call me Nana, and that's just cool, because apparently my spirit is that of a grandmother. Apparently, I was apparently born an old soul. Anyway, so we're gonna have some fun videos. We're gonna do some family baking stuff with my extended adopted family, and it's gonna be some fun, but that's the way that's going to play out. So I just kind of give you an update on what's going on. Short note, Daddy's jaw is now healing. I have, great works, according to the doctor today. And he was cute, too, which was really embarrassing. And if my cousin Kathy sees this video, the girl next to me was going to have, the scope down into her stomach. From her mouth, and she looked exactly like you, honey. She was like, it was like having my cousin Kathy in the next bed, and we had a blast, Poor baby, though. It took them 5 tries to find a viable vein for her intravenous, which was, I would have done it. I would have taken the intravenous for her after the second try, because that's just really hard. Anyway, this is the Mrs. Volfie from our half-acre homestead, just kind of updating you on what's going on. Mwah! Take care, God bless, and remember, every day, no matter how crappy, if you find something to be grateful for, then it's a good day. God bless.